Terry.
Loved it. Had to do it. All right, a toy kind of mood. Episode 211, GI Joe Classified. That's right, New York Toy Fair. And I'm Travis Moody, your host. And the Terradrome back in. We had the OG ATKM on Wednesday, and now we got the OG Terradrome. It's Tony's Figs and the Black Genghis. What up, dogs?
What's going on with you?
A whole lot. Well, actually, a lot. Got out of work and put this show together just in the nick of time. And just in the nick of time to join us for a little less than an hour is the Island Viper. But I want you to say it, man. Terry.
Do you know who I am? The Island Viper.
What up? That's the best guest intro we get. We got to get into it. But I will say hi to a few folks because we already got 33 people in here. Without this is like an unannounced stream too. So is the Island Viper a mixologist? Can he make a pina colada during the show?
Oh,
I actually could, but can't. I gotta go to work.
Could, but can't.
Yeah.
All right. Who are the hosts for the stream? Well, now you know. It's OG Terradrome. And here you go. He explained it. Cool. Night Force battle. Exactly. The Night Force 2-pack is lit, and we're gonna get into that.
Yes.
Johnny B, love the Duke. Evening to you.
What up?
And Derek in the house. Good evening. Wreck Ship. You got Mood Wreck and Wreck Ship. This is gonna be a good night. Ahoy, everyone. And aloha. All
in the Navy.
Yeah, there's a lot of classified. I think what is it, Terry? We're getting 13 or 14 pre-orders on the.
It's massive.
Yeah.
Everything.
Son of a crayon slayer. I love that. Cool. All right. Let's get into it. Let's see what. Oh my God. Now here we go. Long time lurker, first time commenter. Like it. Thank you.
What's up, Ken?
Thanks very much. Evil Dookie. It's all about the Dookie. The what? Cool.
Pass the Dookie on the left hand side.
Those Toy Fair reveals had me feeling like a 19-year-old for the first time in a strip club. Take my money, make it rain. Man, shout out Death Valley Machine. Go follow that Instagram account right now. GI Joe forever. Bitches. And Andy saying what's up. Cool. Hello, everybody.
We got some people up in the house, man. We should have brought snacks or something, man.
We got Fitty now. All right, we got 50 people. We got 50 people. Let's get 50 likes in like 10 minutes. Let's get 50 likes. Hit that like button, please. Thank you. All right, first things first, we have another show Wednesday. We are going to cover Toy Fair in its entirety on Wednesday. And I believe, Tony, that it's going to be Balled the Fuck Up too.
Yes. Yes, it will be.
Which would have made sense. Which would have made sense to have Terry on that show, but it's fine.
Right.
He's here today.
I know, right? The four of us bald asses.
But yeah, so all of Toy Fair will be covered, minus what we covered tonight. Maybe a little bit more updated, a little bit of Fallout, plus the whole like Mattel DC thing, which is crazy. We'll get into that Wednesday. So Ball the Fuck Up will be back on Wednesday. Then we'll have the Mattel Revealed show. Then we got the GI Joe classified fan stream. So we got some heavy heat coming in. Thanks so much for joining us on this impromptu Sunday night. So let's get right into it, guys. Retro carded figures. We're getting better looks on these. We got to go to our guest because he's the one who kind of told us a lot about these retro cards.
Oh, yes.
Back in the day, right? The Cobra Commander and stuff. Like you were like leaking some of this shit.
Terry.
I'm talking to you, Terry.
I honestly have not gotten any information ahead of time in a while. Didn't even know anything about these coming out until everyone else did, seeing the factory leaks and whatnot. Not a big fan of the artwork. Doesn't match any of the rest of the retro cards.
Horrible.
Yep. Got it. Yeah, we're going to get into that actually right now because this is an abomination. And the craziest thing is,
God,
it isn't.
My goodness.
It isn't artificial intelligence. So, but it was not intelligent to hire this artist. I'm sorry. This is not GI Joe. Whoever they hired can't be a fan.
This is worse than the flimsy card backs from Wave 1. I'd rather have that shit because at least the art was better.
It looks like some of the Fun School artwork from the Fun School India figure.
Chris. He always says.
And actually isn't AI from what I heard, from what I have a good source. It isn't AI. So yeah.
No,
so I don't know. It's just
that Flint is horrible, dude. Ben Shapiro.
Look at this, Ben Shapiro. Oh my God, that's funny.
Is that Ben Shapiro as Flint? Good God.
Yeah. All right, Jason, I'll answer it. Has they stepped up the game? Yes, just not with the art direction. My goodness.
Yeah. Just where it counts.
Right?
Yep.
Oh, Todd C. Sorry, man. Hey.
Maybe like a guest artist.
All right. Bees Battlegrounds is hoping we don't have 2 retro card waves hit at once. So hopefully Mindbender, Rock and Roll. I think we'll have that pre-order probably this time, and then this will be later. Hopefully they go back and fix the art, and we can just get it later on.
And also, just a pro tip. I've been paying in full ahead of time because I do not like that surprise shock out of my wallet. It's like I have to budget that stuff immediately the way I collect. So it's like if you can do that, you will thank yourself. Your future self will thank you.
But we're here to talk about toys. So Terry, how are you feeling about the retro figures themselves?
The figures themselves look great. I think they did a really solid job capturing that retro feel, except with CoverGirl. She's take it or leave it. I like it. I think it looks cool. It's very comic book looking. I think she has a very comic appeal to her.
Is it really Todd C, or is he kidding? He's fucking with us.
No,
I hope not.
I think he's telling the truth. I think he did his best, and we should be more polite.
Okay,
Todd, you crazy.
I don't know, man. You're putting us in a bad spot. Anyway, KJ, CoverGirl, you like this face or what?
Oh yeah, I love it. I mean, it's it exceeds the custom I did earlier with the M.A.S.S Frosthead sculpt. Looks fantastic. I love the accessories, love the hat. Just a great portrait. And I guess it's the law of awesome. It's like, do you want great figures? Do you want great artwork? I guess we can't have it both ways. So I'll take Flint and CoverGirl and everything else. It's like, I'm glad I'm not putting this stuff up on the wall anymore. Just open it up so I can just add it.
Hey, now we only need to buy one. That's why the art is important, no matter who did it. And if you're not, whatever, just we were buying 2. Now we're gonna buy 1. So that's a major thing, you know? Yeah. Here's a cartoonist. You hired Vlad who did it. Cool. All right, cool. Tony, how you feeling about the other face there? I don't know. I'm not as big of a fan as the smiley one, but what do you think?
Yeah, the smiley one is great, but I heard Lenny say you can swap, like there she is in the box on the package. You can swap the hairs out, the hat, whatever. Yeah,
that's a good call right there.
You know what I'm saying? So it's dope, smiley, and then the play up her mechanic look. It looks cool. I mean, she had auburn hair in the comics. This is like Sunbow, but I'm not mad at it at all. I love the outfit. It's cool. I already have a Wolverine for her to go into, so I'm happy. And
did anybody ask about the accessories? If they're gummy or if they're more solid?
Oh, I don't know. Someone did. I can't remember though. But she's got her pistol, her wrench. I don't know what else the sledgehammer for the tracks, and all that. But yeah, Flint looks awesome too. It's just the artwork is cheeks.
Yeah,
look at that.
No, take a look at the face. I like it.
That is badass right there. Yeah. And he's even got the holster attached to his belt, like it should. I'm a stickler. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're hearing us. Yes, Lunchbox.
Yeah, we got some new names. I don't think I've seen Lunchbox unless I just haven't seen your profile picture. Dude, thanks for joining. If you dig the show, give us a like and subscribe, man. Thank you so much.
Remington 870, I think, right there, baby. Nice shotty.
Hey Terry, what's your read on Flint on this retro Flint?
I dig it. I think the face might look a little bit too young, but I like the fact that they included, like you said, the Remington shotgun instead of that weird
that weird breaker.
Yeah, that made no sense at all. But I mean, this looks really good for the retro carded line. I like the fact that it actually looks like a retro Flint and not, you know.
Yeah, got the eyebrow going. Hell yeah.
The people's eyebrow.
Blitz comment: holsters as thick as an unabridged dictionary. What do you want, man? Come on, what are they supposed to do?
Right.
Oh, right here. Here we go.
Just get some gridiron.
There you go. That's what's up. Cool. And then we got the Televiper, which more or less is the same thing, but we have the digital classic prints from Sunbow on the face scan. So it's kind of unique because we're getting Sunbow characters right in the Mass Effect. I love that game. Mass device line, but now we're getting some Sunbow flavor with CoverGirl and Televiper here in the retro wave as well. How do you feel about that, Terry? Kind of mixing Mass device with retro. Are you cool with that? Do you need to keep it separated?
No, I mean I think it looks all right with the retro line. Some of it belongs there more than others. Like I don't think the CoverGirl necessarily belongs in this line as much as what she would like as a box figure on her own. The Televiper definitely does, considering the fact that he has the nude arms. I like that for the retro.
Yes.
Got it. Cool. All right, we got a super chat here from Chris G.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you so much. 10 buckaroos. Wanted to thank you guys for all the entertainment a Toy Kind of Mood provides. Go Cold Slither. Chris, thank you so much. It means a lot.
You'll be joining us soon.
Yeah, and you know what? I want to shout out some folks. We got to shout out Toy Arc because we got some of these photos from toyarchistank.com, and major shout to them. These photos are gorgeous. Thanks for all the hard work you guys do. On the battlefield though, over there at New York Toy Fair. I know it can get crazy, but to get these amazing stills probably behind the glass. Looks like exclusive looks. I appreciate that. And then shout out to our dude Chris, Full Force. I mean, most of you guys probably watched him yesterday. He had like 300 plus people on after Toy Fair, and I was like, man, I hope he don't do those 8 p.m. Eastern. He joked about it on the show. He's like, maybe I should do more late night streams. I was like, no, you don't. Stick to your East Coast afternoons, man. We don't want to go against a monster like you. But no, shout out to the god Chris Diagnostic 80. He did a great job, and a lot of these images are from Paternia as well. So shout out to Paternia, good dude. We chat a lot, so he's always killing it with the updates. And Toy Arc, his tank, Paternia, Full Force, lots of great shots. Other people around the community, I grabbed some from Facebook groups. If you see your photo here, please let us know. We'll shout it out, and really appreciate that. And all right, let's get into the packaging now. Cold Slither. Last week we covered it. Great job there. Having some of the boys on to cover that. Terry, you excited for Cold Slither, and how you feeling about this theater packaging?
I am. I absolutely love this. I saw the pictures and just kind of like had a real hard fangirl moment because I just absolutely love Cold Slither. I think that putting these figures in the classified line was a really great idea, especially for an exclusive boxed set. Now they know, and I'm sure even without sales, they know now that they can make a boxed set of multiple figures and it'll sell. Most likely.
Hey, Terry, what do you think is the next big ass pack we can see from classified series? Like that's 4 figs.
Cobra Law.
Oh yeah. I
definitely Cobra Law. ENERGON Cobra Law.
There you go.
Now, I was going to say an ENERGON box, which we're gonna talk about ENERGON later, and you could see the packaging coming off. You got the top from here. Yeah,
I was in a metal band for years, and that just fits right in with everything.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. This is absolutely the best Comic-Con exclusive they've done, and I was a big fan of last year's, but this takes the cake in my opinion for all the right reasons. Now look at that, like the posters and everything. So
July 23rd, I guess that's when SDCC will be.
Yeah.
You'll be joining us soon. I like that. I would like the Misfits posters. And then Gem, right?
Gem.
We'll talk
about the holograms, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about her on Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
Loyal subjects.
Hold on. I gotta give a shout out.
Did you see that, Terry?
This is the first time that I've seen that. That's awesome.
Awesome, dude. That's so cool. Yeah. Oh,
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, I got the shirt from last year's San Diego. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Where's mine?
That's really cool.
I gotta get your own, man. It's truly outrageous. Truly
Gem World Tour. Yep. Misfits. Yeah, we gave a shout to Misfits too. And then there's this one. Oh wait, no, we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, the
Pose Dragger.
We got Zartan, Buzzer, Long Live Cobra. But yeah, this is sick. And what a nice. I gotta say, guys, like, did we? I was gonna start the show this way, but we got into it. Did we expect this much from Toy Fair this year, especially with GI Joe?
Crazy. Hey, Travis, did you get the picture of the Average Joe's poster? The Joe's band? That poster's on there too, I think.
On the other side?
Yeah. The Average Joe's like rock and roll.
Was it there and I missed it? Or
it's in there somewhere.
Not
the
that
chat
one,
can verify this, but I think
yeah,
it's below that one or on the other side. It says
it's probably on the other side. No, yeah, I missed it. Cool.
Death Valley Machine said yes, it is. So that's cool. But who was it? It was rock and roll, and who else was in his little band? I forgot.
S.N.A.K.E. wasn't he?
No, maybe Breaker and I can't remember. But that was cool. Average Joe.
Yeah, Monkey Wrench is on the back too.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that also counts as a Foo Fighters Easter egg.
Yeah.
No Foo Fighters fans.
Yeah. I was
Grohl.
I worked till 5. We went live at 8, and by the time I got back to the hotel, it was after 6:30, and I had an hour and a half to put this show together, and there's 9 million pictures, so I did the best I could. But yeah, we missed some stuff. We'll try to get it on Wednesday. Look, over 100 people watching us. This is not our night. This is not our time. We didn't even barely. I mean, I think we made one Instagram post on this, and a YouTube community post, and one Facebook group post, and dude, over 100.
Moody, you gotta listen, man. You got the touch. You've got the power. Okay. When all hell's breaking loose, you'll be riding the eye of the storm.
You gotta say it like Mark Wahlberg.
Appreciate that. All right, let's move along because we got to get Terry out of here at 9. So we got the Legacy Firefighter Search and Rescue. So that's new because we got the packaging now. So it's the Search and Rescue Firefighter, just like classic GI Joe, always having like what the category is and then the nickname or whatever. So Search and Rescue Firefighter. What are we thinking about this, Island Viper?
It reminds me of the one that they came out with in the 90s, the 12-inch figure that was Firefighter. It was part of the it was like I want to say it was like the Adventure line or something.
The OG.
Yeah, it was like a 1993, maybe 94. They've shown it before, but I mean, this is almost exactly the same figure, just in 6-inch scale. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. These are not really my favorites to collect, though.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, I'm going to go to the paramedic on this one. I know you want that, but how you feeling about your Patriot in Arms here, the firefighter with the Jaws of Life?
Yeah, he got it from Ripper. Ripper got it from him. No, pretty good, man. They got the Halligan right, the sledgehammer, the axe. You know, all his tools look pretty dope, and they outfitted him pretty good. Man, if I'm gonna make them look like, if I ever get these and maybe customize them as to Arizona firefighters, ours are just like that, but khaki, not black. That's I think that's like FDNY. It might be black. So looks pretty cool, man. Looks pretty accurate. Do you
expect like more? Do you think they're going to repaint these as well, or do you think they're just going to do one of each category?
Maybe I would love one of each category. If they do, if they do do the rest of the goodies, do PD, do EMS. I would love that.
Right. Yeah, so I think that would be better than just kind of giving us a bunch of firefighters and stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, like someone had mentioned, I put it up there, a niche within a niche. Look, we get the pry bar, we get the sledgehammer, we got the rebreather there. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, the average Joe's hand is Duke, Footloose, Rock and Roll, and Shipwreck.
Oh, Red Ship put it up there, yeah.
Yeah, right here. Cornelius McGillicuddy, the average Joe band. Yep. Duke, Footloose, Rock and Roll, Shipwreck, and Scarlet, CG and LG on background. Cover Girl
Lady
and
J
Lady
on
J.
the background. Yep.
Yeah, I like it.
Nice.
And
Footloose is in
Johnny, yes, we're gonna talk about that. We got the bunker photos. I know Chris missed that. And Quick Kick looks bulky. We're gonna get into him. And let it troll. That's funny. Oh, let it roll. I broke down and bought the new Arctic Hound, Tony.
Nice.
From
Very
Gridiron.
nice.
You get that free helmet. Oh, there's a free helmet.
There's a free helmet, yeah.
There you go.
Hit me up if you want to. Let me help kit bash you a frostbite. Just made one.
Cool. KJ, take us through these professional images that we got here.
Well, first of all, I just want to give a big thank you to the firefighters that were in Los Angeles because they got us through a very, very scary time. So for me, this transcends just a simple action figure or just promo art. Like these guys save lives for real. So actually dedicating any amount of plastic to that profession is one hell of a tribute. And so I want to give a big shout out to the Joe team for really pulling it off and doing it with a plum. And I can't wait to get two of these and get one of those like fire trucks from like Costco or whatever, like the driven or the max action just for like background shots, right? Like they put a lot into this, and frankly, yeah, we need to like have more real world heroes on the shelves like that. People who truly make a difference in people's lives. Like it's a great tribute. And it was when it was the 12-inch Hall of Fame and all those figures that they did. It's great that GI Joe is still doing that 60 years later.
I couldn't have said it any better, especially as a fellow LA resident. And yeah, these mean more now, far more, and then also I wasn't like that excited for it. And then now I'm going to get two, just like you said, I'm going to get one of each.
At least.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to mention a couple of details. The rebreather detaches from the mask that Lenny was doing the interview with Chris and said that. And then the air tank, as you can see, comes off the backpack really nicely as a nice accessory. So that's really cool because they could have just like did some reuse and just like that we got with like Torch and stuff.
White Vegeta in the chat is saying, pardon the interruption. He's saying that Chaz is posted up that the retro cards and Firefighter are going up on the 4th for pre-order. So that's this Tuesday.
Okay.
Retro cards and the Firefighter.
And the Legacy Firefighter,
So these were those Entertainment Earth leaks then, right? Remember the Entertainment Earth had like Terry, you could speak on that as a retailer, right? So like wasn't there something like March 6th that was we were getting a pre-order, which was obviously almost 2 weeks before the stream.
Dude, I haven't gotten anything at all.
No kidding.
I haven't even talked to my rep in a little bit.
Okay, cool. What's up, Ryan?
Busy and
appreciate you.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can. You probably can't see this. It's way too bright. Maybe I should turn down my phone brightness real quick.
And there's nothing on the EED site. So
yeah, cool. So that's what Chaz is saying.
Oh, okay.
I see. March 4th to March 18th.
Yeah, those were the entertainment. Yeah, those are the Entertainment Earth leaks. That's what I was telling you.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, so it's March 4th.
Shout out to White Vegeta for the heads up.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Team effort there. Okay, cool. I think we're good on that section. We're moving right along. All right, let's get to some more stuff.
Oh, so one more thing. Chaz is also saying that March 13th is when Crystal Ball and that Night Force pack. So he's saying that for March 13th for the Walmart exclusives.
Yeah, makes sense.
See, I heard that Crystal Ball was going to be a Walmart exclusive, so I guess he's probably the bad guy for the
Night Force
energy type thing that they've done.
Yep. And there's Chaz right there watching our show. Imagine that. Cool. What's up, Chaz?
Oh, what up, man?
We had to get you back on again. Even though you won't show your face, you're a good podcaster.
He's smart for not showing his face.
Yeah, of course. So everybody would be asking him for photos, man. He's a legend. That's why. All right, cool. That's the first little third of the show. Let's move on now. And we're going to get into GI Joe in the GI Joe classified section, and from someone who puts out fires to someone who starts them. Blowtorch. I'll go to you, Tony. How you feeling about this guy?
Man, he looks good. He looks good. An updated classified look for this guy, man. I loved him when I had him, you know, the OG 3 3/4 inch, but they made him look really good, man. I mean, they could have used a little bit more paint apps on the flamethrower, but other than that, he looks fine. I like the way they hooked him up.
Yep, got it. Here's a closer look on that. Terry, you want to jump in?
I think they did a great job with his paint apps and updating him a little bit, especially being able to see his eyes through the mask. I like that a lot. The flamethrower looks like it's got a little bit of a droopy problem to it, though.
Saw that.
Limp. Might need some of the stuff that I see advertised on Facebook all the time now.
Cool. All right, KJ, you want to clean up
Blowtorch? Yeah. Shout out to the figure 6-pack. I mean, that's the only thing this figure is missing, right? Pork chop sandwiches. Right? No, man. It's like you guys hit it on the head. This figure shouldn't look this good. I shouldn't want to get this Blowtorch, but I gotta have it.
Blowtorch.
I mean, it's just that we're getting deep into the line, and this is where Tony and Lenny and everyone else, they're gonna have to evolve everything that was in ARAH and afterwards, and each figure is gonna have to, you know, explain itself why it's part of this line and why we should add it to our collections. And so far, they're doing it. We'll get into the other ones as well. Oh, hold on, let's see what Alan Viper is posting up. Hold on a second.
I just want these guys in the classified line.
Oh wow, the Cobra Claws. Yeah.
Wow.
Put a Cobra Claw on the Cobra Claw.
After my time.
That's a deep cut right there.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
I mean, I can pull out my GI Joe Extreme figures. We want to go deep. What you got?
Yeah.
Was that what that was?
I'm back here right now.
Was that what that was? Was that Joe Extreme?
No, that's Valor versus Venom.
Yeah.
Valor versus Venom. Yeah.
My favorite GI Joe line.
Yeah. I like this.
I might as well show this off.
Nice. There you go. Super 7 shirts.
I'm too sexy for my shirt.
They make better clothes than toys.
Number 21.
All right. Y'all 3D printers on Etsy better make some Dan Park chop sandwiches. I like that. Anybody know the number for the Cobra Claw? Terry, any idea?
Nope.
No, we got some number sneak peeks, but
I know that number 163 is the SDCC set.
The Cold Slither, yeah.
You need that gridiron flamethrower
for Blowtorch.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of fans here. Cool. All right. Hey, look, almost 130 people watching.
Hit that like button, baby. Hit that like thumbs up.
Not expect that. Hit the like, guys. Thanks so much.
Yeah, Crystal Ball is 159. Snake Eyes and the Polar Bears 161. Breaker, the new Breaker is 158. Yeah, we're getting some numbers, but there's a lot to learn still. So stay tuned.
152, he's guessing.
152.
Yeah, Frag Viper's 153. Footloose is 156.
There you go.
So
Big Sean, 152.
Big Sean,
all right.
thank you.
Appreciate that. Shipwreck has a "We're Going Deep" tattooed on his stomach. Cool.
So deep it put our wallets to sleep. Yeah.
All right. Next figure up, Law and Order.
That's what I'm talking about.
Give me that.
Terry.
That's what I'm talking about.
I want it.
I dig it, man. I like Kirk a lot. I like Kirk Bizigan.
Yes.
I especially like the fact that you can take the mask off the dog.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For his mean face.
And the detail with all of the hand signals, the hand commands. They did a really good job with that. It's a nice update.
Are they? My question on that is that the same as Mutts?
What, his size?
The hand commands?
I think so.
Okay.
I think they are the same as Mutt's command hands.
And there's the packaging there. It looks similar, but not 100%.
Looking good. Law and Order. It's going to replace my custom. Got his Uzi.
That's some loud typing. All right. And then,
dude,
I'm just giving you shit. I'm just giving you shit. I love you, bro.
I'll turn this fucking TV back on, man. Y'all can listen to the Oscars.
No, well, that ain't no.
All right.
Dang, I can't type like that.
I'll send cease and desist things after you, like those other clowns in the GI Joe community.
They said Law's mic can come off. It's like detachable.
Yeah,
That's
and you
nice.
see that
Yeah.
what's that peg hole right there on the side?
Yeah, you could put
jacket?
pouches on there from like Doc's Molly Gear. Doc's Molly Gear, his Molly Gear, his freaking plate carrier. I can't talk either, just like Travis. Okay.
Here we go. Mutt had the same hands, except they were gloves. They're basically all new if they're not gloves.
Yes,
Good
sir,
call,
Jason.
man. Nice look.
That's
good.
true.
Yeah, so they're bare hands and he's looking
Barehanded
ripped,
MP.
looking good.
Barehanded Bobby
Cool.
B.
That's funny. And here's a closer look. How you like that sculpt, Terry?
I do, and I just noticed that the strap on the holster is something that can disconnect here.
Very nice.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a lot of detail.
I think we've only had that on Copperhead, right? On one of his guns.
I think it might be on the shoulder holster. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a question for Tony. What do you do with your customs once you replace them? Boy, who's saying he's replacing his customs?
Oh, I put them on when I get the official. I'll put the custom on another shelf with the other customs that got replaced from the official. Yeah.
A hole for pegging. Wow. Don't make me turn this stream around. That's good one. I like that. All right, cool. Law and Order is great. Yeah. So
yeah, he's a rawhide.
Man, Law and Order and Blowtorch weren't the top of my anticipated list, but they're looking damn good. And then we got the guy from the Last of Us show.
Everybody cut! Everybody cut!
The infantryman.
I mean, it kind of looks like Din Djarin a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
They're better than the Star Wars space sculpts, that's for sure. You could kind of switch it over if you wanted to.
Looks like they just reused some leather neck, and the chest has got to be shipwreck with hairless shipwreck.
Mm-hmm. Hairless shipwreck, yeah. I like the paint, man. Again, shout out to Tony, the great Tonino, man. This camo is really good, and the vinyl you can see on the outfit. There's just so much. Like a character like this doesn't stand out with everything we got, but when you really take a look at the detail, it's terrific.
So just even sculpt. Like, yeah.
Even brand new sculpt for his. I'm sorry, KJ. Brand new sculpt for his web gear. That vest. We haven't seen that before at all.
That's a good call right there. KJ, what's up?
It's just a great. I was going to make a footloose kick off your Sunday shoes joke.
Hell yeah, keep doing it.
We can keep rocking. Yeah, it's no notes.
Got it. Cool. All right, we got a question here. Could Footloose's timing with that new breaker be so coincidental with the Cold Slither band set? Just saying. I think it's a coincidence.
Yeah.
All right. Based on his classic file card, Footloose should have came with a dime bag or some edibles.
Nice.
Cool. All right. And that's all we got for Footloose. We've talked about this guy to death. We just can't wait for him.
Not happy with it.
Yeah.
Not happy with it.
No. Don't like him.
All right.
It's found.
Talk.
Just like with Leatherneck and Dial Tony. Looks like you should be on a retro card.
Oh, I hear you. I
mean, there's a lot you can do with a retro Footloose versus this classified version. So, for example, it wouldn't have like the tactical web gear. It'd be like closer to the ARAH. You would probably not have a modern helmet, right? You have the retro helmets. You give it the stand. I feel with the retro releases, those are for people who like to keep things mint on card. They like hanging up their cards on the wall, that kind of stuff, right? Not everybody's going to open up those cards. So something that's in the numbered modern classified line, definitely for openers, there's plenty you can still do for a retro card Footloose and everything else.
Yeah, he had the Y harness, like Stalker. Yeah.
You're right. He did. So they still could do a retro Footloose.
Yeah.
And the interns who set up this display got the clip backwards. The magazine, rather.
Oh yeah, it is.
It
It's
sort of
so
looks
is.
like AI. You ever see people holding up
Johnny,
AI
it's
guns?
so
And they look
is
all
Oh, that's
crazy and
fun.
backwards,
shit?
dude. Look at that.
Well, we can't blame AI on
Wow,
this one.
that's funny.
I can.
Yeah.
And you probably turn the knife around, it'll go all
We
the way.
blame AI on everything. I already did it on social media for the art, and then I found out it wasn't AI. I'm like, oh no.
We should have
That's
used
even worse.
AI for the art. We could have.
So real quick,
Yeah.
the knife. You said they should turn the knife around. It might go all the way in. I don't think it's meant to go in that side. A while back, they had mentioned that they were going to orient the sheaths correctly, and if you look at the bottom of it,
I see that. I
yeah,
see
it
that.
looks like there's a hole there.
There's
And
a
it looks
hole
like
there on
that
the one on
knife
the
is
right.
actually supposed to go in from the bottom.
Yeah, somebody was silly and messing with the magazine and the blade.
Yeah, man. I
Whatever.
mean, depending on the size, it's hard to go all the way in. You know what I'm saying?
I never
Trying to
had
go-
that problem.
Trying to go
That's
balls
funny.
deep in the sheath.
Well, here's the deal, right? So on these pictures that are from Toy Arc, they're not behind a glass.
Right.
These are
So they
like
pick up-
obviously someone. So they're probably like messing
Yes, that's what I
around
was
with
gonna
it
say.
and showing someone, and not really like they didn't probably like
Orientate it
take
the
their
right
time
way. Big
to pose it.
deal.
They're just messing with it, and that's why they took a snap of it, not ready. Oh yeah, let me take a quick snap, and it's probably not even ready. So there you go.
True.
Yo, Emily put these together. That's fun. Okay.
Oh, stop.
Cool. All right. Yeah.
So funny.
And then, all right, we're not going to spend an hour talking about a knife, so let's move on.
You promise?
All
Too late.
We just did.
Oh,
All right, we'll go to our big bear guest and talk about the big bear, polar bear. What's up, Terry? What are we thinking?
I love it, man. I really do like seeing more and more of the Sunbow stuff in the classified line, and wonder who is getting the M.A.S.S device set up. Who's is that Target or what?
Oh, that's a good call. It's isn't it Walmart taking over for? Oh no, it is Target.
Is it?
Do we know? Do we know? I feel like we knew this, but we haven't.
I hope it's not Target. I really hope it's not Target or Walmart.
If it's Mass Effect, if it's Mass device, it's Target.
Yeah, Target. Target's though. Yeah, it's Target because it's taken over for
Target.
like Python Patrol and all that stuff.
They didn't
Right? Tiger
finish.
Force. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to
At
the
least-
chat. Yeah,
chat is
Yeah,
on
chat-
fire.
chat-
dude.
chat is on
Fire,
fire right now, man. We got 140
Props
people
to the
watching this
chat.
right now. Appreciate
Many
that.
people are in here and they're
145.
calling out all kinds of correct stuff.
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
They're
I
sharp
didn't
as
even
hell.
hind legs too.
You know what?
That polar bear's badass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan Daly's peeping us on game. Snake Eyes and Polar Bear fan channel. Breaker and the Divers are Target. Thanks, man.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Ryan. Awesome
call.
chat. They're knowledgeable
Good
as
call.
hell.
So Amazon will have it 3 months and have it on clearance before I ever even get it at hand.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Terry.
That's Come on, Earl. Target ain't that bad anymore. How easy was it to get any Tiger Force or Python Patrol?
Well,
You
they
guys
still
are
got
blowing my
retro.
mind. Right now.
They still got
I
retro
wouldn't worry
hanging in
about
mine.
these. Yeah. King Ape says, smash that like button. 144 people.
King
Half of you
Ape, you're
smash the like
awesome.
button. We'll get 100 likes.
On a Sunday, baby. Go ahead.
That is crazy.
That's okay.
100 likes on a Sunday, man. We couldn't get 10 likes back in the day. I
Two
remember that.
worms. KB
Look
Joey.
at the detail in the capsules.
That's cool.
Look at
yeah.
it's not just like a red. It looked like a red dot, like a red, like a lipstick end, on the digital render. But looking at that, there's some detail there.
Okay, I remember
Yeah.
the heavy water. What's this one? Minerals? That's it? I totally forgot.
I mean,
I'm
I
trying
could
to-
look it up, but since y'all
I'm
cracking
trying.
jokes,
I'm trying
y'all
to.
look
The
that
chat
shit
is
up.
so on
I ain't
fire.
doing shit. Yeah.
They'll probably
Yeah.
hook it up.
Yeah. So the bear
God.
is gonna stand up. It's 9 inches and it actually stands up and it has toe
Wow.
articulation.
That polar
See
bear
if
is
we
going to
can
be
see it.
this year's best, man. Like,
Radioactive something.
it's just
Yeah,
doing
you can't
amazing.
see
Radioactive
the
crystal, deep blue heavy
Radioactive.
water, and metallic ore from a meteorite.
Guys, I'll catch
Okay.
you later. I got a 911 call. I got to hit.
All right,
Cool.
thanks, Tony.
All right, later, bro.
Appreciate you. Be safe.
said
Yeah,
about
you
the-
could see the toe articulation right there. See it right there in the. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wild. Crystal, red crystal. The whole chat's going fire on there. Okay, and I like the jaw. Look at the scarring. It's freaking rad.
Mhm.
I'm so glad I was able to cancel my the bear that I got from Mythic Legions because it has nothing to do with GI Joe, but I just wanted a giant wintry bear to go with GI Joe, and I was gonna just put him with like Snow Job or have him as like an enemy with like the Arctic bats, and then they came out this, and I was like, please let me cancel it. And they did. So shout out to Four Horsemen. I was like, I have no use for this. And it was like $100 and something. And now for like whatever this is going to be, $40, $50, I get to get a bear. So yeah. And there's a look at, we did a whole, if you guys, 150 people watching, some of you didn't watch Wednesday. We did a whole thing, KJ, right? On snake eyes, which snake eyes we want in the line, and like how many snake eyes is too much. And most people wanted everything. Yeah. So go check out the last like 30 minutes of last Wednesday and you're going to love it. Go ahead, KJ.
No, it's Snake Eyes is like one of the best. They can do all of those Snake Eyes in classified. I can't wait to get my hands on this. This looks so good. I missed out on the retro card Snake Eyes. I may just go back and get that retro Snake Eyes, man. Or you can get this and paint it black. You probably could. It'd be cheaper, but it just looks amazing. It's just a classic design, man. Once again, shout out to Snake Eyes. Shout out to my awesome Snake Eyes shirt. It's the best. And,
okay. The most savage message we've gotten in a long time. Wait, why is my computer not working now? Here, let's see if I can find it. I had it. What's going on here? Oh man, the chat is so crazy that it's gone. Oh no, here we go. 10 people died while Tony was on the panel.
Come
Dude,
on,
that
man.
is man. That's an Oscar joke though, right? That's something you say at the Oscars just to get them all wound up.
Yeah.
But there we go.
And about that trap, I think the trap does close. It looked like there's articulated. It looks like it's articulated. So
right there. Yeah. Yep. Good call on the trap. So how you feeling about Sunbow Snakey, Terry?
I like him. I like seeing anything from the cartoon in the classified.
Okay. Big fan. So you're really digging this mass device line. Do you want them to do anything with it, like a play set, or we talked about this on a show a few weeks back about, I think we had Bees Battlegrounds on about like made to order stuff or like what we're gonna get with the mass device. Do you have any prediction on that or what you're gonna see from? Because this can't just be it, just giving us like crystals. We got to
like the DVD battle set where each set came with a piece of it. I would love to see them do that, but I don't want to see them put a piece with a troop builder. That's one of the mistakes I think they could make real easy would be to put pieces of the mass device with a troop builder. Let us build the mass device with sets like this.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That was definitely something we brought up. All right. Sticking with mass device, we got Breaker. I'll stick with you, Terry, on this. Are you a fan of this new Breaker or were you all set with just the one that came with the RAM?
I can take it or leave it. He's all right. I like the bubble gum. That's one of the new things they gave to him. Plus, they gave him Grunt's little flip down thing there.
Yep.
I don't think this was absolutely necessary right now, but considering the fact that the only way to get him would be with the RAM cycle. Plus, he's got a little bit different gear, doesn't he?
KJ, step in on that.
Scott, I think it's fairly light. It's the backpack, the connection hose, the sidearm, extra head sculpt with the bubble gum, and that's Breaker.
Yeah. See if we can get a pack. Look at the packaging. Yeah, I don't really have a full shot of the packaging.
If people want to treat that, they want to treat this as a troop builder. You could. Same thing with Grunt, but
yeah, I got it. I like the new face sculpt. It's at least they went different. Well, we called it Jake Gyllenhaal last time, and so now we got a different looking sculpt. Kind of looks like the host of the show. So. All right, moving on here. We got 2-pack diver set. Probably the least interesting thing coming from Joe, but I'll let you speak on that. Island Viper, are you excited? I mean, you're in the islands. Are you ready to scuba with these guys or what?
Yeah, for sure, man. Let's just keep burning that mold up and giving it a piece of the mass device. That's I like them. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think they needed to come with an element, and they should have just been a 2-pack without that.
This is the only shot I got of this, KJ. What do you think?
I love anything Sunbow, so this makes me want to get an Extreme Sets underwater background. I may go to like a pet store and get an aquarium background for underwater shots. You have Torpedo. We got to get the Baroness Crimson Diver Like, we got to get that. They did it before.
Definitely
Terry,
female diver.
yeah. So there's so much you can do. Sharks. We need sharks. We need deep six. Stop playing around and give us what we asked for, man. It's like, so this is just, it's tantalizing because there's so much they can do with this still.
Yeah, there's two comments I want to throw up. What up, Daredevil Dave? I'm sure you're excited for the new show coming out this week. What better place to get the heavy water element? That's a great point. And then there's another, that's not it. I hit the wrong one. Here we go. Derek, our friend Derek here says, I don't need any of this stuff. Mass Device Sublime. That's great. It's a Target exclusive, right? That's the point. You want your stuff exclusive that people don't want. Now everyone wants Cold Slither now, but come on, that's a good Comic-Con exclusive because they're just like wacky one episode of a cartoon thing. So that makes sense. You want it because the hype is real on that for sure. I forgot one detail. These are glow in the dark hands.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's what so see that hologram helmet in the background, crystal ball. We'll talk about that. That is not. So that Lenny clarified.
Just, translucent.
Mm-hmm. Lenny clarified that in the interview. So we're getting, I believe, the pink is glow in the dark, pink glow in the dark pink. So, and then the yellow. I don't know, what was the yellow part of the mass device again?
Meteor, right? I believe.
Meteor. Okay, cool. Yeah, that also comes with breaker, but. All right, here was a big splash because this was not name only. This was not hinted. This was not leaked, right? Night Force Beachhead, and even crazier, a Night Force Quick Kick, something we've never had before in not in the modern era or anything else. KJ, how do you feel? How do you feel? Were you shocked? And you look at
yeah, man, pleasantly surprised, pleasantly shocked. I love that they have a more tactical quick kick. There's a lot you can do between kit bashing the two of them together. This Beachhead looks fantastic, man. There's like Beachhead belongs in Night Force. Dude's a killer. Like this, if you don't have a complete Night Force collection, this set looks good enough that it may make you complete your Night Force collection. They've always done really good with it. The greens and the blacks. It's just a palette of it. It's just so serious. And we were able to go back and look at, I believe, Valor versus Venom had some of these Night Force figures. So that quick kick, I think, came from Valor versus Venom. Even just the little details like that red pouch or that red satchel on Beachhead's shoulder. That comes from the original Night Force figurine. So they're tuned in, they're dialed into the legacy and what came before, and they just hyper boost it. They adrenalize it. I did not think I'd be this excited over a Night Force 2-pack because it's so much more than just repaints.
So Quick Kick was not Night Force. I stick with that. We have some people in the chat saying it was Valor.
Nunchuck was actually Night Force.
Nunchuck, not Quick Kick. Yep. So
it was in the Valor versus Venom, I believe, or Spy Troops line as a Night Force figure, and he had no shirt on. So
got it. So maybe a little bit of a combination there, right? He's got his nunchucks in his hand, so they're kind of making an amalgamation of nunchuck and quick and then look, the face helmet is that a remake from one of the Slice and Dices or something else we got?
No, that's Blue Ninjas.
Blue Ninjas. Okay, so that's sort of that's a Blue Ninja redo with the OD green there, right?
Yeah, the way that Lenny explained it was like maybe like Quick Kick had beaten or whatever. Maybe he killed one of those ninjas and took his mask and repainted it in Night Force colors.
Got it. Cool. Here's some more looks.
Okay, yeah. And that nunchuck was Spy Troops, GI Joe versus Cobra. So
Spy Troops.
That's where
the Beachhead was actually released as part of a multi-pack Night Force set. That figure, the same O-ring figure, also came with the GI Joe Hydrofoil from Valor vs. Venom and was released in a single pack at I think Dollar General.
Wow.
Yeah, they released him at least 3 times.
Okay.
So my mom says that she is going to pick up the phone on me if I don't get off the internet. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Terry. Thanks for joining us.
Take care, man. Have a good one. All right. And it now is down to 2. And I guess it's a good time to say, hey, if you're watching, We're talking GI Joe Classified from Toy Fair, and they ran New York. So I saw over 175 people watching. So give us a like and subscribe. We're talking about the Night Force 2-pack that caught us all by surprise. And look at that. Hey, he's looking yoked, bro.
Yeah, dude. Dude does not skip his upper body, does not skip leg day. He's got those nunchucks with him still. Vlad, thank you so much, bro. Yeah, yeah.
I have to ask the chat, is our internet messing up or something? Because we went from 175 to 130 and we're talking about a bomb. Is there something going on with the internet?
Yeah, people are dropping off because we're boring them to tears. Let's do no filler,
man. That ain't it. That ain't it, bro. I would never say that live. Actually, I should probably do a internet. Can you please tell us if the internet is messed up? Yeah, my internet went way down. It went from 30 to 10 or something.
So yeah, that Quick Kick's mask does look a little bit like the Blue Ninja Red mask.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like there are some similarities.
No, you know what? The chat went back. The numbers of the show went right back up. So there's an error on StreamYard. It went from like 130 to 170 to one. It's all over the place. So in my internet, people are saying it's clear. Is the internet good? Let me know. I'm in a hotel room because he's just freaking out on here.
Yeah, looks fun to me.
Yeah. Maybe I'm boring you, but I'm excited. I love the chat room. Look what we got here. This was a nice another surprise.
Yeah. Oh, it looks good, man.
This is hilarious. Terry left, so the paid views dropped off. All right, everyone says it's clear. I love it. Cool.
Yeah, man. No, it's great. But this Frag Viper, once again, it's a figure that looks better than it has any right to. Oh yeah, the new flesh. I don't know Hellraiser, so I may be misquoting. But yeah, it just looks sinister. I mean, Cobra. I guess they don't have good skincare. They don't have good skin hygiene. But I'm excited for it. I know there's some cool effects that come with this Frag Viper. Just real crazy looking stuff. If you got Alley Vipers and if you're able to get some of that limited edition Gridiron Props, Alley Viper drones and all that kind of stuff, this will go right into it. Orange Cobra Warriors. But yeah, I'm digging this far more than I thought I would for a Frag Viper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was about to go to it, but yeah, the chat
Enhanced
as well. Lenny,
yeah.
Yep. Enhanced cyborgs. Yep. Look who's here. What up, Debo? We saw him on Baldy's stream last week. So cool. I really like the Frag Viper, and hopefully they make Flaming Moth Deco. Cool. Yeah, I think the face is great. I'm not a big horror fan, but I was like, yeah, you take those pins away, and it's kind of close to me. Anybody else think it looked like? Yeah, what was that?
On his face. He's got something on his face. You need to. Never mind.
Anybody think this looks like anything else? You got any other comparisons?
I mean, maybe Tobin Bell from Saw. I don't know.
That's a good one. You know that head is going on a bat's body.
Ooh, that's creepy. Right too. Creepy bats. Flesh-made bats.
See, but dude, this is why it's brilliant, because they know people like to army build, and now instead of buying 2, you're gonna buy 4. So it's smart. Cool. Speaking of great faces, how do you feel with Dark One?
Yeah, once again, I didn't give a shit about Dark Lawn, but look at this. Look how badass this looks. Look at that, the tongue out with the mask and whatnot. And even the appearances in the Destro series on Skybound. It's just a great time to really be a fan. This, once again, better than it has any right to be. I shouldn't give a shit about Dark Lawn, and now I can't wait to put him with the other Iron Grenadiers, Iron Grenadier Bats, and everything else. We need that Iron Grenadier Destro. Like, we need that. I mean, you can make one if you have Prophet Director Destro and a cape, but we need an official one, because Iron Grenadiers, they just look nice, man. Even Metalhead looked nice, and this Dark Lawn's no different. I shouldn't give a shit about these latter-day Joes, and they just look amazing.
I got to pull up royalty. We got GI Joe royalty here in the chat. Michael Mercy. If you need to subscribe to let's see. All right, you got Full Force, right? But like a GI Joe channel or someone who's really taken GI Joe to another level, it's Michael Mercy. His channel, man, like during the beginning of COVID 2019, 2020, running through the history of GI Joe, showing off his toy collection, showing off his toy collection out in the snow in Canada and giving us like the classic snowcat. Like that helped me really get back into the line, right? Like especially along with classified, like your videos, Michael, like really just make this a lifestyle for me now, man. And just to see you in the chat, I know you've been here before in the chat, but thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate you, dude. You're a god in the community for sure. Dark Lawn looking good. There's another quick look.
I mean, the thing is this. It's good to think about the artwork, the design, the sculpture, the engineering, because each one of these babies represents at least 25 bones off the ledger, right? Unless you have the sales, unless you have those clearances, people were getting Coral and Falcon for $20 at one point from Walmart. So you got to make it worth the fans' while. People who are collecting, they're not just doing it with their pocketbooks. They're doing it because they've invested in this world. They invested in this universe and this whole realm of play that adults have opened up, after 2020. And this is the stuff that really brings it home. Like, yeah, man, there's some of the shots that we're going to see from photographers and whatnot. They're just going to be nasty. Dark Lawn acing cats in these photos. It's going to be nasty. I want to see what Leanne Hobbs does with this. I want to see what Imperial Grunt does with this. I want to see what Megatron Bull Tenishin does with this. It's going to be fantastic. Yeah, this figure was made for that.
Those are amazing shouts. And speaking of that, we got like more replies about Michael being an inspiration for photography, or like just all different videos inspired me to stop tipping strippers and spending more time with my kids. So yeah, it's awesome what this community can do for not only your hobby but your life too. You know what I mean? So people like Michael really keep us grounded in it. And man, this looks like the guy, the global brand manager of NECA. But Crystal Ball, I said it on social media. This is a figure of the year nominee. You got I don't have Heavy Duty yet. I'm sure he's going to be shipping soon. I'm just haven't been in California for a while, so I didn't bother getting him from CMD store or anything like that for an early review. But along with Heavy Duty, which I haven't gotten yet, these are like the two front runners for me for figure of the year. I mean, just the sculpt and all the different glowy projectiles that he's got and holograms, mind games, if you will. KJ, how you feeling? Are you feeling this strong about this C-lister as I am? Or
that's what I'm saying. This reminds me of like when Marvel Studios got the rights to their heroes, Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, and people didn't give a shit about them because they didn't read comic books. People were calling them C-listers, and then Marvel Studios gave them the glow up. That's exactly what Lenny and Tony and everyone else is doing. They made me hype for Dark Lawn and Crystal Ball. Who the fuck does that, man? Like, but we're gonna get these. We're gonna need it.
And I did read this comment on one of my Facebook group comments because I was like, yeah, this is my figure of the year. And he's like, nope, Raptor. It's like you're still stuck on how bad they were before. Come on, both Raptor was like a top 10 figure or top 12 last year, and this guy's at least gonna make that. So,
oh yeah.
But you're either gonna hate stuff you hated as a kid or whatever. But no, they really are making the shitty characters amazing in the classified line. That's for sure. Yeah, everyone's thinking it's cool.
Well, we all agree. We're all in agreement.
Except for Mr. Reno. But talk to me about this Cthulhu mask, because it's
sick. It's sick. So this is like dark energon magic. It's like forms over his head. The shields actually becoming incarnate off of the like the glyph actually becoming actualized from the shield. Man, you can get magic effects from SHF. If you have those, you can get, I know the Doctor Strange came with a lot of crazy magic effects. You can probably get some third party too. You go to 5K Toys and just do some crazy magic shenanigans. Yo, Bo Big, hit us with the super chat. Thank you so much, sir.
Damn.
Thank
Bo
you very
Big,
much.
HHB3. I've not seen this name. I believe
ACBA.
that's
This dude's all up in ACBA.
ACBA.
It means a
That's
lot that he's
T'Challa, right?
he's
Face
giving
sculpt.
us, yeah. So
That's from a
thanks for the
comic.
shout out, man. For real, really
Black
appreciate it,
dude.
dude.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. If you want to leave a comment, I'll just post it without any because you didn't say anything. So I appreciate that. Yeah. The brand team is passionate all the way through, and they're just all aces. There's no skips besides those two divers, but they're not a skip because we have to get the water with it, and they know it. So
yeah.
Here we go. I want to highlight Ryan's comment. All of the translucent green effects are meant to be hallucinations when he messes with you. Yeah, I was calling them holograms, but I meant like kind of like, oh yeah, they're yeah, I mean, I guess hallucinations is a better way to put it, but they're not real. Like they're like holograms, meaning they're just kind of he's showing you this stuff and it's really fucking with you, right? So that's kind of what I messed up on. I missed out when Raptor was peg warm and went for 15.
Yeah.
I was gonna buy him and set him on fire. We always need a counterculture guy to keep things interesting. Death Valley says, when I was a kid, I had the flu. My grandma was going to the mall to pick me up a Joe figure. I was praying for anything than Crystal Ball, and guess what? Grandma is definitely gonna buy Crystal Ball. She ain't buying like Footloose, some generic military guy. She's gonna get the kooky.
I got you some GI Joes. Thanks, Grandma. Love you.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, let's from everything we've seen so far, we've got because we just have vehicles left to talk about. Would you have Crystal Ball as a favorite? Who's your favorite KJ for figure of the year? Just say, I know we're March 1st, right? Or March 2nd, but like if we just had to have figure of the year already 2 months in, based on reveals and nothing's really come out, like a few figures, but what would it be? What would it be?
I mean, I am partial to Heavy Duty. Heavy Duty looks like a home run and a half, like a grand slam. That portable weapon system looks fantastic. There's so many ways you could screw that up. I feel like they made improvements from the metalhead system because you couldn't really plug in the missiles into those ports or only blast effects. So they learned from that, and you can do so much more. But just from Toy Fair, I think it's a tie between Dark Lawn and Crystal Ball, man. It's like I'm digging everything. I think my least favorite would probably be that breaker. I'm just like, what are you doing here? But there's plenty of people that want that breaker. Right. They want that gray breaker. They want the bubblegum head sculpt and everything else. So I think I just wanted mainframe because I'm in IT. But yeah, we can go into like all the different reveals. We because there's still a lot to cover. It was just massive. It was massive. And the Joe stream on the 18th is going to be saturated. That's why they had to do some of these pre-orders now.
Yep. Makes sense. And so Heavy Duty's like is definitely the perennial favorite. We've seen reviews from Bees Battlegrounds and The Amazing and Punk with Toys and stuff like that. So for sure, and they all liked it enough to have it top tier, like they said it was great. Frag Viper is a good one. Crystal Ball is getting love. Heavy Duty's getting love. We're not done, guys. We're gonna get into the vehicles and bases. I just wanted to say because I gave my opinion on Crystal Ball, so I kind of wanted your chat. And here we go. Yeah, Ginga said, let us know your faves. It looks like a lot of you guys did. I see Retro Flint there too, but as we go on, let us know what your favorite reveal was, best in show, and we'll talk about that at the end. But also, what's your figure of the year nominees so far from what we've seen in hand, at least? No name onlys or anything like that, but stuff we've seen. So the bunker, we got to see this cool set. They kind of set it up a little bit. You see Larry trying to sneak in, and you get the Dreadnoks watching outside. You got Torch there and everything. So how you feeling about this, and how many did you pre-order on polls?
I'll be honest with you, man. I already have a good number of the Gridiron module or fortifications. So I look at this and I'm like, man, there's something real familiar about this. Let me put it this way. I'll definitely pick up one of these so I can make porta potty jokes and have a Trench Viper at least. Those Trench Vipers, I can see either one going loose. I can see people collecting for the Trench Vipers and selling the modifications loose. I can see people troop building the modifications and selling the Trench Vipers loose. So I can see the troop building going either way. I don't have the space to connect like maybe more than 3 of these. But I got the gridiron ones though, man. Those look great. So I would say I think those are out of stock. So you can probably get these too, and hopefully this will mean even more world building for the collector, for the people who wants these on their shelf. Yeah, the sandbags, all that stuff. There's a lot they can do. This is only the beginning, and I'm glad they're getting into play sets now. So I think the community will give them more encouragement. You know,
Good. Okay, and then more vehicles. We got the Fang. I mean, not the Fang. Sorry about that.
the claw.
The Claw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We do need that Fang though, but yeah. Give me that Fang. No, I like this, man. Shout out to Mark to Design. We got some early 3D printed claws a while ago. But yeah, this is super official. The landing gear looks great. Good size to it. You can troop build this. I wish there was a way that you can incorporate the Hasbro stands. You can probably still go to Hasbro Pulse and buy a 3-pack of the stands. Maybe not. Including a stand would have jacked up the price. But I think the Fortnite gliders had stands, both the Hasbro ones and the McFarlane ones, if I'm not mistaken. And like the Jazzwares, that kind of stuff. So stands really help, like for flying vehicles. If the Trouble Bubbles had stands, those would be perfect. But I'm still gonna get this. The figure is great. The pilot's great. Introducing the red helmet finally. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if we had other Python Patrol or any other characters. Fire Team may have had the red helmet. The 788. So I'm just glad to see it here, and I want to see more of that. Like, yeah, this is a great addition to it. This could have been like lazy, but no, it just still looks great, and it's going to be a fun putting Cobra Commander in this, putting Destro on this. Yeah, it's a really great time.
Cool. And then moving on, everybody wants to talk about this one for sure. But shout out to Lawrence Alberto in the Facebook community and the groups, and he was like, look, in the cartoon, the snake armor was always massive, because some people thought it was like smaller, where you could just, because in the toy it's not as big as the one they made. I guess apparently it's 12 inches tall. We got some comments from earlier. The snake armor, Chaz says, is the best reveal. They'll be counting all of the days till it's in hand. And then MIS1 said how tall? It's 12 inches, I believe, from what we hear. So twice the size of a figure. That sounds too much, but maybe.
I mean, I think the Hydra Stomper was around there. It should scale with the Hydra Stomper.
Okay, good call there. And then just a quick comment: was Gem part of the Joe verse? Must have missed that. The Joe verse. Gem was a Gem part of the verse. KJ.
I mean, all those writers and all those animators worked in the same shows. So, like, if you watch GI Joe and Transformers, a lot of the backgrounds are the same. They just changed the color. And you had like a lot of the same writers and directors working on Gem. For me, that's why watching Gem was so much fun. It was like basically a female-fronted Joe show with music videos. Like they were still awesome. It was still a great show. I didn't collect the toys, but yeah, they were still part of that whole Hasbro verse still in its own way.
Was Gem on an episode?
I don't know.
Don't know. Plastic Battle says Hector Ramirez appeared in Jim and Joe and Inhumanoids.
All
right, cool. Technically, Gem was not part of Joe.
Yeah. Like they didn't share any towns or there weren't any connections. Like with Cops, I think one of the characters is like Beachhead's son or something like that.
Right. Yep. For sure. Cool. Yeah, we talked about that when we were
so yeah, this is gonna be bigger than the Stomper. Yeah.
Fish monkey stuff. But yeah, this thing is massive. Look at the polar bear. Right? I wish I wish they stood the polar bear next to the armor, but that would have been a fun shot. But yeah, man. This looks kind of familiar, huh? We have to say it.
What?
I mean, the canopy looks a little familiar.
I mean, are you talking about like the Trouble Bubble or what? Is you making a gridiron reference? Like, what are you saying?
Right. A little of both. Well, here's the deal, right? They own the property. So if you're going to make their stuff, even if you make it first. Sadly, you really can't get mad, and he didn't. I'm just saying, if they go and kind of get influenced a little bit, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's theirs. How do you feel about that whole thing? I want to talk about it because I see some comments on Facebook being like, "This looks familiar," and there's shots in there supporting Gridiron. But what's your take on this whole thing?
Three things.
Yeah.
I want to say, one, shout out to Jeffrey Smith for shouting out Robotech. I love Robotech. Absolutely. You guys are hilarious. Todd C, War Chest, you guys are cracking me up. I'm trying not to crack up right now. And three, thank you so much for everybody watching and joining us right now. We just crossed 100 likes. There's only been a handful of times we crossed 100 likes live on the stream. So thank you so much for your time and sharing your evening with us.
Not
man.
this quick. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. Break out my doll collection. Okay, man, I have my weird Barbie. Shout out to Kate McKinnon. Gridiron. When you do third-party stuff, whether I'm getting the Jungle Hound from Gridiron or I'm getting the Air Eagles from Fans Hobby, they're trying to fill a void that hasn't been filled yet. I wish that the suits at Hasbro would let Lenny and Tony and Emily and everyone else just cut loose. Like, I would love to have had both the Skyhawk and the Fang gathering dust on my shelves right now at this moment. But the thing is that, yeah, you play that game, the plagiarism game, blah, blah, whatever, but it's all part of the same creative universe. So if these people come up with something, those people come up with something, it's all fair game. What's great for the goose is great for the gander. And GI Joe has always taken inspiration from not just real world military, but just pop culture. Like the Dreadnoks come straight out of the Mad Max movies, right? Quick Kick, the Kung Fu movies and the ninja craze and everything else, the commando craze, all that stuff, right? GI Joe is as much as a reflection on what the zeitgeist was in the 80s and then all the way back to the 60s. Like I'm talking like the beginnings. And you're talking about Adventure Team and the 12-inch figures and whatnot. And with this one reminds me of Mech Warriors, Robotech, ED209. I would love to put my Mofex Robocop up against this dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's your world, and your world of imagination is infinite. So let it be. And with Hasbro, yeah, man, like they're gonna pull from all over the place, and especially if it's gonna make up for a stronger line.
Mm-hmm. No, I think you nailed it right there. How are we feeling about the cockpit anyway? And all the beep, look at all the detail and the beepity boops right there inside. That's something I wasn't expecting.
No, looks fantastic, looks ferocious.
The control panel. Yeah, with the screens look really good.
Just chock full of detail. And this is like high definition 4K snake armor. Like you imagine the original snake armor is just a shell that you could put a Cobra Trooper in. This is not that. This is just leaps and bounds. I think a lot of us were just expecting, the cheapest thing they could put together. Like this is like ready for war. This is probably one of the best GI Joe mechs I've ever seen from Hasbro because they've done Mech Warriors before in the 90s and the early aughts. This is next level, and I can't wait to get my hands on this. Look at the joysticks, the control sticks. Like I said, the photos are going to be fantastic. It's like if you want your Cobra fighting force to be that formidable, I mean, yeah. Am I going to get 3 of these? I'm getting 1 of these, and we'll work on the rest later. But yeah, they're definitely calling their shot. And I think this is straight from shooting the Galaxy and then putting that on the box art. Yeah, they're just showing off now, man. They're really
right. We got a few questions in the chat. We'll get to it. Felipe, what up, man? Did they let anyone handle this at Toy Fair? I think someone did have one of their hands on it. Might have been Diagnostic. I don't know if he said he did, but someone had it. There was one shot. It was like an Instagram story type shot where someone had their hand. I think they might have just been pointing at it, but they had obviously they pulled it out of the glass. Chaz says, let's all guess on the price now that we know there's no figure. And then the fact that we also know the thing is gargantuan, 12 to 14 inches, whatever the chat's saying. So, yeah, guess on the price, KJ. What do you think?
I mean, please let this be less than 100 because I'm imagining the Hydra Stomper, everything else. Like, I know how much I want this, but I'm just trying to imagine how much it costs to make this, because at the end of the day, this is a vehicle. You have the mech legs. If McFarlane can do the Avatar mechs for, I'm going to say they were $40, right? Like, if this is that much better in quality, like the way the plastic feels and moves and articulates and everything else, and fitting full figures into it and whatnot, I would say it's going to be a lot. It's a lot bigger than the Avatar mech suit. So I got to be fair. 80, $79.99. I would love to pay that price. If it's 100, I can see that. If it's more than 100, the same price as the Vamp or the Stinger, I don't know. I get that there's more moving parts than the Vamp and the Stinger. I get that. Like, we got the swivel at the torso and everything else,
Yeah.
but
well, hey, look, without a figure, it can't be $100 without a figure.
They may try. They may try. They may do something like, yep, 119. I'm like, are you sure you want to do that?
Right. What is the chat thinking? And then also Todd asks, can other figures latch onto the sides or back? I wish they really, in a way, I wish when they open the cockpit, there's a video out there. I think a lot of you have seen it where they kind of reveal the cockpit behind there. It would have been cool to have like a mystery figure in there that might not be included. But then again, that people would expect it to come with it. So I could see them not wanting to confuse anybody on that. And then also another question, Jeff, is the widow screen on the head see-through or solid black? Let's see.
That'd be nice. Yeah. No, so it's probably solid black.
It looks solid black to me. All right, I'm way behind on the chat here now. Pilot drives snake armor. Okay.
Hey Travis, give me 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Yep, sure. All right, now he made this a solo show. I'm not good like Chris and Larry with the solo stuff, but let's see. I can't wait to break that snake armor down and paint it. Hey, Gun Bunny, what up? Marauder Ruben, good to see you. We had the OG Terradrome here. We had Tony, your boy, and KJ, and we'd like it. I don't know if they're doing Terradrome anymore, but you got to get back on, man. We enjoyed having you on the show. At 1:30, it's a steal, Johnny Reno says. LF says, I love this mech. They did the snake armor justice. I want a Joe Mac. And yeah, by far, I think this was the most popular thing. Earl asks, why were people shitting on this snake armor when it was teased? It's like they doubted that Lenny and the Joe team weren't going to make it, so it'd be piloted. So I don't know. Everyone likes to hate. $70 Death Valley machine. They would sell out, I think, at $70, right? I think it sells out at 75, especially if it's 70, 75 if it's on Pulse. 70, we got 80, 100. Python Patrol snake. I don't think that would be something they'd want to put out at retail. A little too big for the Target shelves, right? And they're only doing Python Patrol at Target unless that changes. We got 60 to 70. We got 75. We got 75, a hundo, 80. All right, so we got anywhere from 70 to 80 with a few hundreds. I don't like 100 without a figure. That's just me. Well, that was also my question. Anyone get to handle the snake? I mean, really manhandle it. Oh, like for the quality and everything. So 100.
I came back. All I heard was manhandling a snake.
There you go. That's what I do when I'm by myself on the show. I manhandle my snake. I think that said the polar bear would stand 9. Yeah, we said that earlier. So it would be 9 to the 12 or 9 to the 14. Easily 100. It's a vehicle basically. But is it a vehicle without a figure? Because all vehicles come with a figure. Lenny opened the cockpit in someone's video. Yeah, that's what we were talking about, and that's why I thought it would have been cool to have like a surprise figure in there. Just be like, this doesn't come with it. $75. Okay, cool. I love that. You guys are fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Let's see. You can't go off on McFarlane. His prices are low. That's
a good point. And his vehicles are very cheap. They're very simple. They're shells on wheels. Yeah.
Very true. Very true. Marvel Hulkbuster was 60. This should be 100. I love this price game. Thanks, Chaz, for helping us out. Like I said, you need to be back on. Some people in the chat here would like to have. I'd love to have.
I heard what you said about Terradrome. Sorry, pardon the interruption. Terradrome is still in effect. We are lining up guests. We have a great year planned. Tony is a paramedic doing actual shit and saving actual lives.
Yep.
I am working on other projects. It is hard to get those planets to align.
Yep.
When they do, it is a beautiful thing. So we have not forgotten about Terradrome. We are working behind the scenes. And so hopefully keep rocking with us. I think you're going to like what you see this year.
It's a very
Joe.
important part of the community, and I don't think anybody will argue that. No one does the custom Joe community like the Terradrome. This is the best logic I've seen, right? So Vamp, Stinger, what have you, $100, and then you take away the figure 75. Yes, there's inflation, there's all the tariffs and all that. See right here, look at that. I was just thinking that. So who knows? It could just end up being $100, and they could tell you to fuck off with no figure. But here we go. I hope we see a blue snake exclusive. Are we going to see a repaint of this? If it sells out on Pulse, we will. That'll pay for the repaint. Yeah, for sure. Remember, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't come with a figure. That's my point. It should be, 70 to 80 if it doesn't come with a figure.
But it's big. It's a big thing. And
big. Yeah.
There are other big toys like that from Mattel, Jurassic Park, Lightyear. Just because it's big, just because it's articulated, just because it's detailed, doesn't mean it's expensive. It's tooling. It's screwing stuff together. It's putting stuff together. So yes, there is a cost to making something this size that a figure can fit in.
Wait, this is confusing. Question though, why is the snake on Pulse? It's not on Pulse now.
He's not on Pulse yet. Yeah.
Wait, is he? So someone look? Should we look? Wait, hold on.
I mean, they just did the reveal. They just did the reveal on.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Do you guys see the snake on Pulse? I mean, it's not on the front page. So if you
there's a Crimson variant. He's talking about the 11-inch Super Cyborg one from.
Oh yeah, that's a whole. Okay, yeah, that's Super 7 boss.
Yeah, and cool. Super 7 they charge like crazy because people who really want the thing will pay it, even though they shouldn't. They should really like stand their ground and say like, yeah, I'm not paying that for this. Like that's what happened with the 12-inch Marvel Legends. Hasbro wanted a high price for those 12-inch Legends, and people were like, no, I'm not paying that. And so they all cleared out. People bought them for super cheap. And I think the last time I saw a 12-inch Marvel Legends that wasn't the Super Adaptoid was Daredevil. They found like a crate of Daredevil or something, and so that went on Pulse. But yeah, you gotta be smart about the price point, or you're just gonna lose. You're gonna lose people.
All right, we got a couple more sections left before we give our whiskey scores for New York Toy Fair for GI Joe. So stick around for that. Okay. Void Rivals, right? So this is in relation to the ENERGON universe. Will we see GI Joe? That's the question I'm going to hit you up because they went with Transformers first. And, we got ourselves an 11-inch, maybe it's 12 inches for the Snake and 11 inches for Autobot Jetfire. And it does convert between the jet, the robot jet mode, 32 steps. And then it comes with O-ring size Sertonian Solila and a Gorian Derek. Yeah.
Yes.
What's up? Void Rivals. And they're non-converting figures or anything. And they all have, articulated heads, their arms, the legs for action poses. And more importantly, the pack includes a convention exclusive Void Rivals #1 comic. Variant cover art from Marcelo Materi. I'm probably butchering that name, but we are going to get into M.A.S.S on Wednesday, Stargazer. Yeah. Thanks for asking. Yeah, M.A.S.S we're going to do the rest of Toy Fair after our next section on Wednesday. We're doing a short show tonight. And I got to fly back to Cali tomorrow. Going back to Cali.
Cali. Safe travels when you go.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So, we're going to get GI Joe ENERGON anytime soon. This was a good start.
Yes. And if they're smart, we're going to see classified figures from Skybound. If they're smart, we're going to see O-Ring Skybound figures. So Transformers, right? They should do a large version of Optimus with the Skybound Sam and Carly, Spike and Carly. There's so many things that they can do with that. I missed out on the Mega Action Scale, the 18-inch tall Transformers, like they did Megatron and Optimus. But if you have those and you had like the classified series and whatnot, just great classic photos. And I'm not asking for that, but you can bring back that scale. We saw that with Void Rivals. Keep that going. Let's see, Rock and Roll and Duke and Risk and the Baroness and the Joe Squad, but the O-Rings. That would be sick. That would be crazy. Right, you don't have to hand that off to Super 7 Reaction Plus to do that. You can do that, and you can package that with. And so far as I know in the comics, the Joes and the Transformers haven't had that much interaction, except a nasty kill from Starscream.
Yep.
But you can do that. You can package some of those O-Ring figures to the human scale with Transformers that are comparable in size to Jetfire, right? Your Optimus, your Ultra Magnus, and that sort of thing. And you can still, good.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this, but this opens the doors for 112, not maybe for a 112 scale where you're gonna see the Transformer with the Joe, but at least getting the Energon looks of Joe and maybe some convention exclusives. Maybe not like obviously we know the Cold Slither's the convention exclusive, but down the road, like PulseCon exclusive could be an Energon pack, right? Because they're at least opening the doors with this, even though it's O-Ring and Transformers, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. One last. Oh, go ahead.
No.
Okay. One last section. I wanted to do a follow-up from Wednesday. Arguably the second most popular toy brand on the channel is Marvel Legends. So they really only revealed this, right? So we got like looks at a bunch of the figures from the fan stream that we talked about last week, and we don't need to go into any of those, but I wanted to bring up X-Force Archangel because this got a lot of love on our social media and YouTube community, and a lot of people are interested in it. The pre-order is officially going up March 6th at 8 o'clock in the morning in Cali, 11 in New York. So yeah, 11 on Eastern and 8 o'clock in March 6th. So we're getting it soon, and we just obviously got the new X-Force figs with the 2-pack. So talk to me about what you see here, and you feeling it? You copping it? What up?
I mean, it looks nice, man. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this comes with a stand, right? Please tell me this comes with a stand.
Looks like one in the back, but it's hard to see.
They may have just been using one for Toy Fair, but I have Hasbro stands. They just got to start packaging them more. Okay.
Doesn't it would have show here with the picture on the left that shows all the accessories. No stand, my man.
So I think when they had the MCU Black Widow and that it came with a stand and it didn't sell well, Hasbro just decided we're never doing that again. And I wish that wasn't the case because this needs a stand. I have stands, but you need a stand with that. King Gabe had a point there. Adding silver paint would have been nice. I think the Marvel Select Archangel had silver paint on those wings. Hasbro, they cut corners sometimes because of the massive amount of figures, not making excuses, not apologizing for it, but that's why. You put silver paint on this, and then I'm like, yes, this really sells it home. There's a version out there where Hasbro has super articulated bucks for all of their figures. If this was like a maximum series and you had like $50 plus silver painted wings, so what, 70, $80? You got to keep what I'm saying is you got to keep the prices low. That's the only thing. You got to keep the prices low because kids still access this stuff, not just the adult collector.
Yeah.
So that's why you're seeing the compromises that you see. Go ahead.
I think they did a fantastic job with the shape of the wings, right? Like I think just the way that looks like almost curved instead of the the typical toy articulation where it's just bent on the brace, I think they did a good I think they did a great job with this, and the face sculpt is really menacing, man. This is going to go so well with these two, I think. And we talked about this last Wednesday, but I figured to show some in-hand looks, and I know we had very similar looks from the fan stream in our coverage on Wednesday. But I think showing X-Force some love. I think a lot of Joe fans are into this kind of Marvel Legends series, along with Street Villains. I think they're into the X-Men X-Force. So
don't forget, for a long stretch, the GI Joe comic was a Marvel comic. Like the Venn diagram between those two fandoms is still pretty strong.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So good stuff. I mean, that's pretty much it. And then we never talk about role play, but I had to, man. I mean, I know Lance, my bestie, was like, I need this. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I guess we'll have one around the house. So how you feeling about this role play? You ready for Halloween with this or what?
Yeah, exactly. It would be dope. I dare Hasbro to make a soft goods cape. Because if you go to Disney, you can buy Jedi robes. You can buy Sith robes, that kind of stuff. And so, so the hood's part of it? Okay, it's the hood and the mask.
Hood is part of it. So you could just get a green shirt or sweatshirt, but they use gray here, but either way works,
Yeah, man. And they can do this again for Avengers Doomsday when that comes out. So there'll be an MCU version of this too. So it's smart releasing this one
very
right now.
smart for the reuse, and it looks awesome. I don't do a lot of role play, but I would have been tempted, and I'm glad it possibly could end up in my house because my roommate wants it anyway. So real pleased about that. But I'm a big Doom fan, so had to show that one off. And then there's the look right from New York Toy Fair there on the left, and then you see the stuff on. And Shooting the Galaxy did that, so I wanted to give him a shout because he said I don't normally do photography like this kind of professional costume whatever photography, and it was neat to see them there. All right, let's wrap up the show with whiskeys for just what Hasbro showed. I know we didn't show everything, like
not everything,
Star Wars. We didn't show I don't think they really did too much Transformers, but if they did, we missed it. Maybe on TF 2005 there was some new stuff. I'm sure we don't have Spec in the comments tonight, but I'm sure he'd be like, oh, you missed this and this. Maybe we'll cover some of that on Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be a big show, like I mentioned, because we're going to talk about the whole DC Mattel deal, and that's going to be a great conversation. It's balled the fuck up too. So Baldy, Spec, and Tony will be back on Wednesday. All right, give us whiskeys for pretty much what Joe showed, and then of course, you know, if you want to throw in the Archangel and Energon with that, that's completely fine.
I'm going to say 4.75. We got a lot of stuff. It looks fantastic. It looks great. I'm literally docking points because it's going to be an expensive batch of figures, and plus, I'm crazy about the numbers with my checklist. So I'm like, I wish I had some more numbers information. But it's a great time, man. It's like, I'm joking. I'm joking about keeping away from perfection. Something would have to knock my socks off. Like you would need basically a surprise reveal that wasn't given away in the renders. Oh, there was. Oh, by the way, this, and they just mic drop Iron Grenadier's Destro on Toy Fair in plastic. Like that's the thing that like creates a 5 out of 5 for me. So you know what? I'll give it a 4.95 whiskeys.
Almost a 5.
4.95.
Almost a 5.
Happy early birthday to Chris G. Roman Kim, yes, we need Hasbro to make a Destro helmet, but they had to do like 3 of them because there's a super angular Destro, and then there's the one like with the more humanoid face metal Destro. Yeah. So we need both of those.
Cool.
Earl Woodford 6 out of 5.
Man, because I wasn't there, I can't give it a 5 out of 5. And I wasn't there because I had other priorities doing the Cleveland Auto Show. Let's see. Man, I'll go 4.5 though. I think it was outstanding. A 9 out of 10. Yeah, I gotta go. I mean, I loved Darklon's face. I already got Crystal Ball as a Figure of the Year nominee, along with Xandar, Dialtone, and Heavy Duty. I don't have Heavy Duty in hand yet, but yeah, those are. I mean, yeah, everything was fantastic. I think the art of the retro cards we opened. If you tuned in late tonight, I mean, we're only an hour and 30 on the show, but yeah, or watch the beginning. We roast the art on the retro card, which I guess apparently was not AI. So
muy fail.
Yeah, that was an epic fail. That's like a 0.5. Everything else was great though. Really, like Law and Order, Footloose. Like I think the best thing was the face sculpts, like Darklon's face sculpt, Crystal Ball's face sculpt, Footloose's face sculpt, Law's face sculpt. Just lots of great face sculpts. You know, the continuation of the photo real print that we're getting with Classified is just terrific. And I mean, no, we never expected this much stuff.
So much
from Toy Fair and Classified. And once again, shout out to Toy Arc, His Tank, Michael Mercy, the Full Force, Paternia, lots of cats out there on the ground shooting stuff, getting us great photos that we used tonight. So I really appreciate all that. And thank you guys for watching tonight. Sunday, East Coast time. It's almost 10 o'clock. This is usually the time we go on Wednesday. So this Wednesday we'll be on at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Ball the fuck up to the rest of the Toy Fair and DC meets Mattel. So KJ, thanks again, my man.
You got it, man. Thank you.
Appreciate
and
you.
Thanks to the chat. You guys are super awesome.
Thanks so much, man. We had almost 175 tonight. I really appreciate that. And still over 100 hanging around. So if you haven't yet, like the show And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We go live every Wednesday. So Travis Moody, KJ, the Black Genghis, Tony, and our guest, the Island 5-minute Viper. We got to get him back on. That was a quickie. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the toy aisle. All right. Peace.
Peace.